Okay, thank you everyone for joining this orientation session for ACCA AFM Advanced Financial Management for December 2025 session. Okay, today is I think 13th of September. We are having the session 13th September 25. Um, Before we start going into details of our session, and we will be discussing the exam syllabus and structure and so on, let me just give you a very quick overview. AFM, Advanced Financial Management, it is an optional paper. Like you know that in ACCA, you have to take 4 papers from Strategic Professional. 2 are mandatory, 2 are optional. SBR and SBL are mandatory. And this AFM and ATX and AAA and APM are optional. I personally think that this AFM paper should be mandatory paper. Everyone should do it. This is my first thing. Why do I say that? Because all of us, accounting and finance people, when we start our career, either you go to a firm as an auditor, you go to practice, or you go to industry. Ultimately, everybody is looking at becoming a finance manager and then a CFO. This is, the milestones which we have in our mind. Those people who go to the the audit firm, the practice, after 4 or 5 years, most of these people in 5 years' time, they also make a switch and they come to industry and they leave the audit, they come back to industry and they start doing work and they are looking at a position of finance manager. Maybe first they start with assistant finance manager, then they come to finance manager and CFO. And to perform your duties as a finance manager and then further, do the decision making as CFO, this AFM knowledge is something which is essential, absolutely essential. Financial reporting and financial management. These are the 2 things which we are supposed to do as we grow in our career: financial reporting and financial management. So, based on that thing, AFM is extremely important. Okay, this is the importance of the subject. Regarding the paper, AFM's exam, it is one of the most complex papers in ACCA. It does require lengthy calculations, long calculations. Like in SBR, the calculation is very simple, very basic. It is more about interpretation, discussion, and subjective writing or application of IFRS. So SBR is not very difficult on calculations or numbers. AFM is very difficult. Okay, let me not say very difficult. It's very difficult one time for as regard to numbers. So therefore, you need to do a lot of practice by yourself, because if you have not done the practice, then it is almost impossible to go to exam and then produce that long calculation. So you need to make sure that if you are taking AFM, you should be ready, doing a lot of practice questions, the long ones by yourself. Now, this is one message. How much time is needed? Generally, I suppose that on average, 160 hours of effort is required, maybe plus minus 10%. But 160 hours of effort will ensure that you should pass the exam. So 160 is something which will put you in a guaranteed or a promised state of mind that I'm going to pass this paper. Now, what is included in 160? Everything. We will discuss it a little later. But I'm telling you the workload, the commitment which you have to make. So right now you should sit back and think that I'm sitting in 12th of September. Until December, I have got something like 10 weeks maybe. And in those 10 weeks, I have to do 160 hours. So it means that a weekly effort of 12 hours or 15 hours you should be giving. If you cannot give 12 to 15 hours per week consistently, then passing AFM would be merely on your luck. Then you might pass or you might not pass. That would be the situation. So effort I have explained to you, okay, in very short.